Welcome back to our continuing coverage as you are having lunch wherever you are. I hope you are staying safe, staying well. These are extraordinary times. These are COVID times. And trust me, on India Today, we will continue to track that story rigorously. This morning, though, the big story has come from elections which have thrown up major results in several states. And that's going to be our focus for now. But trust me, we will shift to COVID the moment the election verdicts are clear. Let's tell you the headlines at 1 p.m. today. Mamata Banerjee sweeps Bengal. The Trinamool Congress surges past the 200 mark, puts the brake on the BJP juggernaut. Mamata Banerjee is closing in on Shuvendu Adhikari in the Battle of Nandigram.
BJP-led NDA heading for a second term in Assam with a bigger mandate. Congress AIUDF alliance proves no match.
Big majority for the DMK in trends in Tamil Nadu, but the AIDMK not decimated. NDA ahead of the Congress alliance in Puducherry.
Left alliance looks to thrash Congress-led UDF in Kerala. Chief Minister Vijayan set to sip history by winning a record second term.
Marginal dip in daily COVID cases as India records 3.92 lakh fresh infections, 3,689 fatalities in the last 24 hours, the highest single-day deaths ever. At the moment, before I go anywhere else, I want to again ask my producer to play the shots that we are seeing from outside Mamata Banerjee's residence. These are celebrations that are going on in Kolkata, and they come with the plea that today is not a day to celebrate. We have, in fact, told people close to Mamata Banerjee if she can send out a message to her supporters, it will perhaps ensure that many of them stay off the streets. Today is a day when you need to celebrate at home, not in public, not on streets. Rahul.
Let's take our viewers through the election intelligence dashboard as we give you the trends. The Trinamool Congress at this moment is leading on 204 seats, the BJP at 85. And I will get you to spend some time comparing the power map of West Bengal. On the left side of the screen is the data from 2016 mapped on the map, on West Bengal's map, and then you've got 2021 over here. If you see, I need you to take this on your screen so you can spend some time absorbing what is appearing on your screen right now. In the southern parts of the state, you can see the Trinamool Congress having held strong. They've held strong. It's in the northern parts of the state, the Jalpaiguri, the tea estate belts, where the BJP has done well, because that's the saffron that you see. But the BJP hoped that in Midnipur, in Bankura, in Presidency, they would do well. That hasn't happened. This is a huge victory for the Trinamool Congress. Mamata Banerjee has emerged as India's #1 opposition leader, to my mind. She's dwarfed everyone with this victory, where she took on the full might of the Modi-Shah machine. She's taken them on in battle and she's bested them. This really does lift her stature in the pantheon of Indian opposition leaders. In the presidency area of West Bengal, of the 108 seats, the Trinamool picking up 91, the BJP 17. This is almost exactly what happened in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, where the trend was very similar. So the BJP was hoping in presidency that it will gnaw away at the TMC's leads. All these MPs they'd sent, deputing them on 1 Lok Sabha assembly, Lok Sabha seat, hoping they'd be able to claw into her territory. They haven't been able to do that in presidency. Let's now go across to Malda. In Malda, of the 47 leads that we have, the Trinamool is leading on 32, the BJP on 14, and the complete capitulation of the Congress vote share over here. The Congress in the left, just theoretically or at least arithmetically speaking, would have been very strong, but the Muslim vote has gravitated away from the Congress to the Trinamool in Malda, Murshidabad, giving the Trinamool 32 seats And remember, the Congress left is down to just one seat. That's a Congress lead, but they've really crashed in an area where they've done well as recently as 2016. Let's now go to Jalpaiguri in the northern districts of West Bengal. Here, it's a strong performance by the Bharatiya Janata Party. They did well in 2019. They've done well now. 21 leads for the BJP, 4 for the Trinamool in Jalpaiguri. So this is where the BJP has done well. But the big disappointment for the BJP will be in Bardhaman. Again, one of the districts, one of the regions where the story of this West Bengal election has been written. The BJP thought they would do better than the Trinamool here. In the end, you've got the Trinamool at this moment leading on 42, BJP only on 12. You know, if this was a cricket match, Rajdeep, then everything that could have gone right for the Trinamool has gone right. Everything that could have gone wrong for the BJP has gone wrong, because in Bardhaman, even in 2019 in the Lok Sabha elections, they did better. So the dice is rolled in Mamata Banerjee's favor. Where they were hoping to make gains, they haven't been able to. And Mamata Banerjee has shown, Didi or Didi, she is the Dada of West Bengal.
That's right. I think it's a, you know, with these numbers, it's a landslide of a kind that was unimagined. In fact, the landslide that we predicted for the DMK has turned out to be the landslide for Mamata. DMK and Tamil Nadu, with every passing moment, the result has closed in. In Bengal, it appears that Prashant Kishore was spot on, that the BJP will not cross 100, looks very unlikely at the moment, and this is a huge win. Remember, she got about 170 seats, I think, in 2011, then it came up to 212. 211 by 2016, and if she sticks to over 200, this is remarkable. I don't think any, I'm trying to think, Rahul, when was the last time a politician won almost 2/3 in 3 consecutive elections? We'll have to check that.
But when was a politician up against the might that the Trinamool was up against?
Absolutely.
Not just the campaigning abilities of Messrs. Modi and Shah, but the organizational might, the fundraising capabilities, the ability to deploy helicopters, members of parliament, men, machine, muscle on the ground, and yet to have the Trinamool at 204, the BJP at 85. This is one of the biggest election victories since 2015. To best Modi and Shah in this fashion, you have to say hats off, Didi. She's really pulled off magic.
She is the hero, heroine of the day. There's no doubt about that. Pinarayi Vijayan has done very well in Kerala. Hemanta Biswa Sarma, Sarbanan Sonowal carrying the BJP in Assam.
But now we've got this bogus news coming in about the Election Commission, which after having performed abysmally throughout the campaign, having done nothing, till the time Prime Minister Modi himself said he will not go to campaign in West Bengal, the ECI said nothing, nothing. Now they're saying they want to stop people from congregating to celebrate. What a disappointment.
But let's be very clear. The Election Commission, this is the breaking news coming in, reports coming in, they're saying of congregations of people to celebrate anticipated victory. Election Commission has directed Chief Secretaries of all 5 states to file an FIR in each such case, suspend the SHO of the concerned PS, and report action taken immediately of
No, but where was the Election Commission during the campaign? Sleeping on the job.
Absolutely.
Completely sleeping on the job. The biggest institutional disappointment, instead of waking up, telling leaders, I mean, leaders obviously should have done this themselves, but they didn't because they were engrossed in the campaign. That's when the Election Commission should have been awake to the challenge. Now, belatedly waking up and making it seem as if these leaders shouldn't celebrate. Of course, they shouldn't. But, sir, all 3 election commissioners weren't doing their job, and that they can't get away from. They can go sue whoever they want. They wanted to challenge what the Madras High Court said in the Supreme Court. But really, their performance has been hugely disappointment, because it's an institution. It's supposed to do its job.
It is, but now that you'll have a Vijayan being sworn in, a Mamata Banerjee being sworn in, whoever is sworn in Assam, whether it's Hemanta Biswa Sarma or Sarbanan Sonowal, all of them are sitting chief ministers, or the government is being re-elected in 3 of the 5 states, as of now at least. And therefore, surely they can ensure continuity with the chief secretary, with the administration, send out a message to their supporters. One message from Mamata Banerjee.
But the Election Commission now can't try and assume a moral halo on COVID.
Forget the Election Commission. The Election Commission, starting tomorrow, is no longer in charge of these states. The chief ministers now take over. In fact, starting today, if Mamata Banerjee was to make an appeal, or Pinarayi Vijayan was to make an appeal, we haven't had images of celebration in Kerala, and that's why, you have a state which is very empowered in that sense. But we need the leaderships to tell their supporters, This is not business as usual today. This is a day when, remember, 3,600 Indians have died because of COVID in the last 24 hours, the largest death fatality since COVID outbreak last year. And we've got a situation where people are celebrating in states like Bengal, where, remember, COVID cases are rising. This is not acceptable. I think one strong message from Mamata Banerjee and her supporters will come under control, because otherwise, you know, you've got again the fear of this one day of a super spreader event with people celebrating of the kind that Maushmi was showing us a little while ago.
Most certainly, and hopefully Mamata Banerjee will be responsible and will do the right thing. I want to show you the numbers from West Bengal. At this moment,